Today we will be discussing the concept of percent. As you will notice, percent is a combination of two words, per and cent, which means per hundred, because cent is hundred in Latin. So in mathematics, we define percentage as expressing a number per hundred. So, or a fraction of 100. So expressing a number per hundred, or a fraction of 100. 100. So the symbol for percentage is this. So it's a cross bar with two dots. So this is the symbol. So when we say 20%, we can express it as 20 per 100, 20 per 100, which is equivalent to 20 divided by 100, or the same as 20 divided by 10, or 0.2. So these all terms are one and the same. 20% is 20 per 100, or 20 divided by 100, 2 by 10, or 0.2. Similarly, 40% is 40 per 100, which is 40 per 100, or 4 divided by 10, or 0.4, are one and the same. Okay. Similarly, 110% is 100 and 110 per 100, which is equivalent to 110 divided by 100, or 11 by 10, or 1.10. These all terms are the same. So percentage can be expressed as a combination of different numbers. So we can say 20%, or 20 per 100, or 20 divided by 100, or 2 by 10, or 0.2. So those all mean the same. Okay. Let's take a few examples so that we can make the concept a little bit more clear. Suppose we are to find out 10% of 200. So how do you find out? So let's say 10% of 200. So that means 10 per 100 of 200. Another way of saying that. We know that 10% can be written as 10 per 100. So that means 10 divided by 100. And we are supposed to find out of 200. So that means multiply by 200. So these two cancel out, which is 20. So 10% of 200 is the same as 20. Okay. Let's say you want to find out 35% of 500. Okay. Or another way of saying it is 35 per 100 of 500, which is equivalent to 35 divided by 100 into 500. These two zeros cancel out. So this is 35 into 5 is 175. So 35% of 500 is 175. Let's take another example. Let's say you want to find out 40% of 80. Okay. So we can say 40 per 100 of 80. 40 by 100 into 80. This cancels out. This cancels out. So that's equal to 32. So 32 is 40% of 80. So as you can see, these are a few examples of how to apply percentages. Let's take another example. Okay. Suppose you are given a bunch of apples. And let's say you have 500 apples, okay, in the bunch. We're given that 30% of these 500 apples are Gala, and 70% of these 500 apples are, um, let's say they are Granny Smith. Okay, so we're supposed to find out how many of each apples are there. So how many of the apples are Gala and how many of the apples are Granny Smith. Okay, so we are given 30% of the apples are of the 500 apples are Gala. So 30 per 100 of 500 are Gala. So in other words, 30 by 100 of 500 is 500. So these two cancel out. 35 is 150. So 150 apples are Gala. We're given 70% of the apples are Granny Smith. So 70 by 100 into 500, 70% of 500. So these two cancel out. So 75 is 350. And 350 apples are Granny Smith. So in other words, out of the 500 apples, 150 are Gala and 350 are Granny Smith. Okay, and these are some of the examples of simple examples of how you can use percentages. Thank you.